A question still remains. Can they free the Knave of Hearts? Or he'll remain in prison? With the White Rabbit, juries, witnesses, and the Queen of Hearts. This is the Queen of Words game.
Cheshire Puss, approach me, it's pleased so far. Would you tell me please do cats eat bats? I wonder.
That depends a good deal on why you want to know.
I don't much care why.
Then it doesn't matter if cats eat bats or bats eat cats.
Why did the Hatter and March Hare suddenly left?
They're both mad.
But I don't want to deal among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that, we're all mad here. I am mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be.
And how do you know that you're mad?
To begin with, a dog's not mad. You grant that?
I suppose so.
Well, then, you see a dog growls when it's angry, and wags its tail when it's pleased. Now I growl when I'm pleased, and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it what you like.
Where did he went?
Silence
The dormouse
in court.
is asleep
I call
again.
upon the bearer
Perhaps it
witness.
doesn't understand English. I dare say it's a French mouse.
Où est passé le chat?
Cat, cat, cat.
Leave off that. And get up here and start talking and answer my riddles. Let's start. You must answer my riddles, and your answers are put in the square hearts in front of them. After answering my riddles, you must form sentences using those words in the square hearts to be able to proceed to the next witness. Answer me this. A man once saw himself where he had never been, but when he came into that place, he never beheld himself more.
By thy life, O Queen, looking in a river, he did himself reflected see. By himself he thus was seen, where he truly ne'er had been. Gazing there and looking round, in he fell, and so was drowned. So when there, 'tis very plain, he never saw himself again.
Answer me this. Who is the guide that will not show you the way unless he be carried?
By thy life, O Queen, the lantern guides thee in the dark, where'er thou guessed the way to mark, and yet it will not aid a whit, unless in hand thou bearest it. Little thou knowest of the light, which guides me in this path aright.
Answer me this. Who is he that when buried in a brown garment rises again as a giant, and has thousands of children, who cry aloud when they feel warm?
By thy life, O Queen, to rise again, the chestnut, he, in his brown coat must buried be, then, giant-like, from every limb, there fall 1,000 like to him, and all of them, ere they expire, burst with a crack when on the fire. So in this life of woes or joys, are many who ne'er make a noise, nor raise in honor any din, until they feel the heat within, the fire on which ambition feeds, which warms it up to glorious deeds.
Yeah, ambition, like the salamander, feeds on fire. Answer me this. What are the two beings, one of which flies away when it is hot, and settles down firmly where it is cold, while the other does the contrary?
On thy life, O Queen, the wild bird dreads the winter time, and flies unto a warmer clime, to sunny lands beyond the sea, even to Egypt it may be, where the grave storks in silence stray, by ancient ruins far away, and Norland swallows flit and play. But water, when it feels the heat, makes up aloft a quick retreat, still soaring, bird-like, ever higher, the more 'tis kept upon the fire. But when 'tis frozen, in a trice, it sinks to earth as heavy ice. Such differences nature wears, so varied are the forms she bears. Even so we see the poet's soul, warmed by success, escape control, high soaring in prosperity, but frozen by adversity. 'Tis the same moral, on my word, drawn from a chestnut or a bird.
That, too, was well drawn out. Answer me this. Who are the 5 in 1 who are welcomed everywhere all over the world, who make their way freely to all lords and kings, who cause wars and weddings, great sin, and great joy?
Upon thy life, O Queen, G and I and F and T, joined to S, 5 sisters be, since in language, it is said, every letter is made. Gifts, above all earthly things, make their way to lords and kings. Gifts lend to war its carriage, gifts cause full many a marriage, gifts oft lead to greatest sin, yet with them much joy we win. Get what we may by work or thrift, nothing glads us like a gift.
Answer me this. Who runs faster the more clothes he puts on, and the greater the burden he carries?
Upon thy life, O Queen, the ship flies faster in the gale, the more it spreads or carries sail. Sails are its clothing, as we know, without them it could never go, and ever, as thou'st seen, the more it has of men who pull the oar, the faster it will sail the sea, however great the load may be. Its speed is in the clothes it wears, and in the burden which it bears.
Yeah, even so it seems to me that the more I heap my riddles on thee, the more trippingly dost thou answer them. Answer me this. Who is the sorcerer who shows to every man who meets him his equal, however brave he may be, and to every woman her match in beauty?
On thy life, O Queen, in a mirror we behold, iron for iron, gold for gold, however fair we seem or see, yet in that our equals be, no special figure doth it wear, but every other's likeness bear, as parrots give all voices known, yet have no language of their own.
Answer me this. Who gives more victuals to the world than all the charitable people in it put together, and wastes all her substance in so doing, yet who never yet got any thanks for it?
On thy life, O Queen, by the oven all the meat, or bread, is baked which mortals eat, much wood for food doth she require, so wastes her life in burning fire. We were indeed in sorry case, without the oven and her grace, but none are left in this our day, who ever to the oven pray, or render thanks to fire in rhyme, as others did in the olden time.
Answer me this. Who is the traveler that never rests on his journey, and yet finds time to enter every house?
On thy life, O Queen, the golden sun, who shines on high, is ever traveling in the sky, never weary, never worn. He presses on to night from morn, yet he, while hurrying on his ways, through every door and window strays, and lingers long in every home, wherever he may chance to come, even as a king should show his face, unto all men with gentle grace, that all may think with joy thereon, as if they had beheld the sun.
Answer me this. Who were the 4 who kissed, the 4 who wept, the 4 who embraced, when 2 lovers parted?
On thy life, O Queen, every time when 2 are parted, if the pair be tender-hearted, their 4 eyes are weeping blindly, their 4 lips are kissing kindly, and 4 arms with pressing faces, giving rapturous embraces.
Dormouse, every time you answer my riddles, you always fell asleep. How is that?
Your Majesty, the March hare made me drink all the wine, that is why I felt tired and sleepy.
I order for a 2 minutes recess.
Yes, Your Majesty. I call for a recess. Dormouse, you may take a break for a moment.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I quite forgot you didn't like cats.
Not like cats. Would you like cats, if you were me?
Well, perhaps not. Don't be angry about it. And yet I wish I could show you our cat Dinah. I think you'd take a fancy to cats if you could only see her. She is such a dear quiet thing, and she sits purring so nicely by the fire, licking her paws and washing her face, and she is such a nice soft thing to nurse, and she's such a capital one for catching mice. Oh, I beg your pardon, we won't talk about her anymore if you'd rather not.
We, indeed, as if I would talk on such a subject. Our family always hated cats, nasty, low, vulgar things. Don't let me hear the name again.
I won't indeed. Are you fond of dogs? There is such a nice little dog near our house I should like to show you. A little bright-eyed terrier. you know, with such long curly brown hair. And it'll fetch things when you throw them, and it'll sit up and beg for its dinner, and all sorts of things. I can't remember half of them. And it belongs to a farmer, you know, and he says it's so useful, it's worth £100. He says it kills all the rats and, oh dear, I'm afraid I've offended it again. Mouse dear, do come back again, and we won't talk about cats or dogs either, if you don't like them.
Let us move here, and then I'll tell you my history, and you'll understand why it is I hate cats and dogs.
Ah.
I beg your pardon, did you speak?
Not I.
How are you getting on at the moment, my dear Alice?
You promised to tell your history, you know, and why it is you hate C&D.
Mine is a long and sad tale.
It is long tale, certainly, but why do you call it sad?
You are not attending. What are you thinking of?
I beg your pardon, you had got to the fifth bend, I think.
I had not.
A knot, oh, do let me help to undo it.
I shall do nothing of the sort, you insult me by talking such nonsense.
I didn't mean it, but you're so easily offended, you know. Please come back and finish your story. Yes, please do. What a pity it wouldn't stay. Ah, my dear. Let this be a lesson to you never to lose your temper. I wish I had our Dinah here, I know I do. She'd soon fetch it back. And who is Dinah, if I might venture to ask the question? Dinah's our cat. And she's such a capital one for catching mice, you can't think. And oh, I wish you could see her after the birds. Why, she'll eat a little bird as soon as look at it.
Game resumed. Where is the dormouse?
To be continued. Thank you for watching the Queen of Words game.